Hello and welcome to another edition of the Sports Writers on the Web. I'm Herald-Whig Sports Editor Donald O'Brien. Full house again finally after a couple weeks of just, me and Schuck or me and Top. We've got everybody back together, getting ready for a big night of playoff football action in Missouri tonight. We've got some volleyball teams still kicking, high school football playoffs in Illinois on Saturday. Guys, we're right 5 hours away from kickoff from the Missouri high school football playoffs. We're not going to break into all of those games, but the way Missouri goes, we've got games tonight, games on Monday. How many of the 7 playoff teams that we have will go through to Monday? Matt Schuckman.
I'm going to go with 4.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'm a little more optimistic than some of the other people. But I think Hannibal gets through. I think South Shelby gets through. I think Louisiana gets through. And I think Clark County gets through. I think Clark County scores the biggest upset around.
They're getting Macon tonight. What do you think? You got all 4 of those?
No, I'll say 3. Still going on Monday. I don't think Clark County gets through against Macon. I know that a lot of people haven't been taking that upset, but I saw those 2 teams play earlier this year, and just having seen that, Clark County's gonna have to play a world of a better game to beat Macon this time. I know there's a lot of talk about there's injuries to Macon, which probably will impact that game, but
Clark still has to play incredibly well to beat a very good Macon team.
Yep.
It's I'm taking it kind of as a flyer. I think they have a chance more so than you look at something like Centralia, Monroe City. I don't think Monroe City's got a shot at beating Centralia. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But I think those other 3 all have a legitimate shot at winning.
And I do like Louisiana over Scotland County. Scotland County has the better record in that game, but I think a lot of people do like Louisiana. Good strength of schedule.
Yep.
Okay, so you got 3 teams in Missouri lasting on until Monday. We've got 2 teams left in our area from Illinois. Central Southeastern 10-0 takes on an also 10-0 Williamsville team this weekend. Williamsville. I didn't get messed up. I always say Williamsfield because that's close by where I'm from. So you got 10-0 versus 10-0 in that one. Who do you guys like? Top.
I like Williamsville. I think Central Southeastern is going to get tested with a passing game that they don't see a ton of during the regular season. Williamsville's got a lot of speed. Played a pretty good schedule, although CSE has also played a good schedule. But I like Williamsville in this game.
And I'm just the opposite. I like Central Southeastern because of that strength of schedule. You look at some of the teams they went up against during the regular season and took care of business. A Macomb team that surprisingly beat the tar out of Decatur St. Teresa in the first round. Macomb's a team that suddenly has kind of found its groove. It's a team that Central Southeastern handled. I mean, I think you look at strength of schedule and the fact that Garrett Kessner can carry the load for Central Southeastern. I don't know if Williamsville can stop him. That's why I go with the Panthers.
It'll be an interesting matchup because Williamsville is, largely a passing team, and Central Southeastern keeps it on the ground as much as possible. So.
Brown County has to leave in about 15 minutes for a Saturday game at Toledo, Cumberland. They'll go at least 4+ hours down to the southern part.
Toledo, Ohio, right?
No, not Toledo, Ohio, but Toledo by a beautiful Charleston, Illinois, home of the public ivy known as Eastern Illinois University.
They paying you for that promotion?
No, they're not. And Hop looks our migrant worker here looks at me strangely as I talk about Eastern. What do you think about Brown County hitting the road?
I like the way they run the ball. I like the fact that they're versatile out of the backfield. It's not just one guy that they rely on. I honestly don't know much about Toledo Cumberland, but I just think the way Brown County plays, the way they can control the clock, gives them an edge.
I'm the same way. I like Brown County. One of the reasons is I don't know a ton about Cumberland, and I think the reason is we don't know a ton about them is they're not expected to go deep in this postseason. They weren't expected to do that. I don't think they've ever made it past the second round in the playoffs. I think the most they've ever won in the playoffs is 1 game. So, looking at history, looking at records, I really like Brown County as long as they're not wiped out by the however many hour trip this is going to be.
You talked about long postseason runs. We're going to switch up gears real quick. Blake, you are our Karsh Karai. You're Mr. Volleyball around here. I almost called you St. John Smith today, but I went with Karsh Karai instead. We have 3 volleyball teams left in the area. Quincy, Notre Dame, Unity, and Payson after last night's action in the sectional. Who's going to be standing after the weekend?
After the weekend, I think we'll still have 1. I think it'll be Quincy, Notre Dame going to Redbird Arena. After Thursday, I think we'll have 2. I think Unity will win a sectional, but fall in the super sectionals. Reason being, Payson plays Springfield Lutheran in the sectional championship at Liberty. Lutheran has a fantastic team. I think they're capable of winning the 1A title. I think Lutheran will beat Payson, and then if Unity wins its sectional, it will meet the winner of Payson and Lutheran. So I think Lutheran probably knocks off both of those local 1A teams. Quincy Notre Dame plays Pleasant Plains on Thursday. Plains is a team I think they should beat based off what we saw Quincy Notre Dame do against Williamsville Tuesday night, a team in the same conference as Plains, and actually had a better record than Plains. And Quincy Notre Dame just killed Williamsville. So I think they win that game, or that match on Thursday. Saturday, we still don't know. It's kind of a toss-up who they're going to see Saturday, but looking at the potential matchups, I think I like Notre Dame's chances in that match as well.
So you got Quincy Notre Dame possibly going to a state tournament in volleyball. Quincy Notre Dame, Matt Schuckman, already has a state championship in boys soccer. Quincy High School made the Elite Eight in boys soccer. Give us a quick minute or less rundown of soccer in the Gem City.
Pretty impressive run for both schools. You know, Notre Dame wins the Class 1A state championship last weekend. Put its name in the record book all over the place by shutting out 2 opponents, scored 2 goals. Alex Ranella scored 2 goals in the championship game. First state title since 1985. Now they have to get new jerseys because the logo on their jerseys has 1 star. Now they got to have 2. Quincy High School made its run to the Elite Eight and saw it end against Naperville Central. One of only 3 teams in school history with 20 or more victories in a season, so an impressive run for them as well.
Great run for the soccer teams. We'll see what happens in volleyball. We'll see what happens in football. Thanks again for checking in. For Matt Schuckman, for Blake Toppmeyer, I'm Don O'Brien. We'll see you next week.